Hello everyone and welcome back to Outmouse Labs. My name is Penny and I'm glad you're here. So we're going to be doing a create a mechanic video today. This should be a pretty quick one. And what we're going to be doing is creating a vampire character or playable character class. So when I think of a vampire, I think in terms of Dungeons and Dragons. So a vampire should not be healable by normal healing, should take extra damage from fire, should be resistant to poison and charm, and should always be undead, right? So a lot of this doesn't happen automatically or simply with RPG Maker MZ, but with a couple of tweaks we can make that happen. Now this is a no code video, so this is just stuff you can do within the editor. With that, let's get started. Okay, so this is a project I'm working on. It's the Let's Make a Game that I'm working on for those of you who've seen my other videos. And we have our lead character here who is by default a vampire. Okay, so to create the vampire, I'm going to start by creating an undead state. So I'm going to go to states. I'm going to go to an empty one. So I went with 32. I'm going to call it undead and assign an icon. I'm going to give them fire damage. So they take 150% damage from fire. They resist poison and they resist charm. Okay, good start. Then I am going to go to my skills. And I want since my vampires can't be healed by normal healing spells, I want them to have a regen effect, and I want them to have their normal attack regain some health. So to add the regen, I'm actually going to quickly go back to state. I'm going to go to, I believe it's special, uh, recovery effect. Where are you? My apologies. HP regeneration, and I'm going to set it to 3%. So they'll always get back 3% regeneration if they are undead. Okay? Then for the regular attack, I created, so we have the standard attack. We have a player character attack, because on my attack I do a little bit differently than I want the monsters. And then the vampire attack is the same, but I set it to HP drain. So A is the attacker, B is the defender, or the target. So we're saying when my vampire attacks, they're going to do HP drain, and they're going to do attack damage plus their level times 3. And they are going to drain that. So on average, they're going to get back a standard attack's worth of health. Okay, so we have health regen. We have all of our fire damage. We have all of our resistances. We go to our actor and we create a class, vampire. You can set that up however you like. The important part is the attack skill we set to vampire attack. So now their normal attack will regain them health. I went ahead and also, just because I think it feels more correct, set the normal attack. Actually, I guess I didn't. Stuff it at normal attack. Never mind. At one point, I think I toyed with having it be a claw attack. But there you go. All right. So the last piece we need is we need to make sure that our character is always undead. Now, for the full game, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the main character to undead in a auto run that ends itself as part of my setup for the game. That'll play in the first scene. It'll do all of my setup, including turning them into undead. The only thing that we'll be able to cure that will be recover all areas, like ends or any kind of item that does recover all. So I'm going to make sure that any event that I set with the recover all ends with setting them back to the state of undead. For testing purposes, though, what I did was create a common event, set undead. If Kithis is affected by undead, do nothing. Else, if they're not, make them undead. And then only do that once a second to save on processing power. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through these visually so you can pause it as you need. So there we go. There's our undead state. There is our vampire attack. There is our regular attack if you're interested in that. And then just the standard attack for monsters. Okay. We can now go ahead and test this. So we're going to go ahead and enter the game. We are going to turn and enter battle. Okay, so we have our enemy emerges. Tries to do damage, doesn't do damage. When we attack, it said drained 5 HP, meaning that that health came back. Whereas this person just does damage. So we see that. The other thing is, we'll go back in here. Hopefully we can get it to damage our lead a little bit. Well, that'll work a little bit. So when we heal up Fade, their health goes up like you'd expect. Oh, come on. Hit Kithis, please. There we go. So you saw the HP went to 97, then went up to 3%. So we went back to 100. And when they attack, they did 4 damage, they got 4 health. But if Fade tries to heal Kithis, has no effect. So there you go. That is how you would create an undead, basically, in RPG Maker MZ, and how you could have a vampire as a lead. You could do a lot of things with these same general mechanics. You could do a werewolf that has abilities that get set. Or, maybe have a thief that can see hidden passages. The same basic idea will work for all kinds of character-specific things. All right, like I said, this was a quick one. I hope this was helpful, and happy game making. Thank you.